Evening, coach. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yo, it's actually a pleasure to have you because, like you mentioned, it's a Saturday. You probably could have been out and about, but you
Yeah.
chose to be here with the Fresh FM team.
Yeah, no. Like I told you, it's an awkward time.
Yeah.
Everyone is partying, but I know for a fact there's a lot of listeners out there that would want to hear my story and stuff.
And we are going to delve right into your story without even
Yeah.
wasting any time. First thing is first, what attracted you to football? That's all we've ever known you for. Like, I don't know anything else that you can do besides football.
I've said this so many times and people don't believe me.
Yeah.
I was an athlete,
Okay.
not a footballer.
Okay.
Primary school in Commersdal, I was known to be the junior Victor Ladorum winner,
Yes.
senior Victor Ladorum. I was an athlete. 100-meter, long jump, relay, you name it. I was that guy. And then until I got to Yala Duplessis,
Yes.
the high school, actually Commersdal primary school. So it was like a bridge between the primary and the secondary, like a middle school type of thing.
Yes.
And then I realized, man, and this story is quite funny. So I realized I have some idols in my area where I'm staying, the location and stuff, and those guys were just popular with the girls.
It's always about the girls.
And I thought like, no, I'm never a ladies' man. I would never be that type of guy.
Yeah.
But now you are 14, 13, 14.
Yes.
You know, you just getting to notice girls.
Yes.
And then you realize that your 18-year-olds, your 20-year-old guys in the location you look up to, they are footballers and they are the hot guys.
Yeah.
So I said, nah.
This running thing is not for me.
This running thing is not for me. I'm going to go into football. And that's how it actually started.
Are you serious?
It actually started like that.
So you could have been a runner right now.
I could have been the next Frankie or something.
No, the next Ricardo.
Yeah. But that's why when we score, win or whatever, that's why I'm running.
Yeah. No, it's true.
It's that athlete in me that really comes out, yeah.
No, interesting. But now, talking about that journey, and when one looks at where you started, 1991,
Yeah.
the game between Brave Warriors and Zimbabwe, you lose 4-0.
Zambia.
Zambia.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting me.
Yes.
And you lose 4-0. How is that? Your first game.
Bruh, I did not know what was happening on that pitch. It was like I was blank.
Okay.
Because I was filled with fear. I was so scared. Because remember, you're taking a 16-year-old boy.
Yes.
I'm still at high school. I think I was just finishing school, turning 17 at that time. I was so scared, fearful of the fans. It was my first game playing in front of a capacity stadium with my idols, players that I looked up to,
Yes.
players that were really, really good, far better than me. But the coach had other ideas. He wanted to put me in so I could, throw him in the deep end of the ocean, see if he could swim.
Yes.
And that was his idea. And I drowned, bruh. I drowned. I was bad.
Yeah.
The crowd started booing me, saying, take him off. This who put this youngster in there? What is this? It's not a development team. This is our Brave Warriors, our first team, the senior team. You can't mess around with this Mannetti boy there while we have so and so and so. And that really broke me. I didn't go to school after that game because I was replaced. But you must remember, the Zambian team was the one that actually, in that tragic accident,
Yes.
it was that team. They were better than the other team that even won AFCON. They were gods. They were football gods.
I recall.
They gave us 4 years home. And it was just, a mountain to climb for me. I didn't go to school for a week.
But when we
for
get
this
back,
story to come down.
when we get back, I want to know about that, what it taught you about life.
Yeah.
When we get back on the other side of it. Before we went for the musical break, we're discussing this whole aspect. And I want to bring this to what people go through. You obviously played your first game against Zambia. Things didn't go according to plan because, like you said, you didn't even get told exactly what is expected of you. That game, literally, your first loss. You say you don't go to school for the next week or so that things can just sort of die down.
Yeah, you don't want to be the blunder around the
But
school.
it's part of, that's the thing that I want to now find out from you. How did that affect you going forward? Because this was major. This is your first game.
This was, bruh, it's like, in whatever field you are, you being asked to go, and if you're a PR person or you whatever field, and you have to present something to 2 million people.
Yes.
because it's on TV. Everyone was watching.
Yeah.
Stadium is packed.
Yeah.
20,000 people there. The president of the country is there. We just got independent.
Yeah.
There's that whole hype about this new team.
Yes.
And here comes this short guy messing up things, messing up the hopes of the country.
Yes.
So I was that guy.
Yeah.
And the reporters had a field day, Monday.
Yeah.
And it taught me a couple of things.
Let's talk about those things that it taught you.
First and foremost, it's always good to have a support structure when you are in football.
Okay.
And
this is from the family side? Or
that's now from the family side.
Okay, cool.
And also from the friends.
Okay.
Because we were tight in terms of strategies, the vision, where we want to be, etc. And here comes a stumbling block, if I can put it that way. And my mother, my sisters, they were all saying that, no, it's not a big deal, come on, it's your first game. And you can actually tell those things to yourself.
Yes.
I can tell it and say, listen, you're only 17 or 16, I can't even remember.
Yeah.
You're still a youngster.
Yeah.
You there's hope. Pick yourself up. But most of the times they will tell you a doctor can't doctor himself.
I get you.
So you would need that
Someone
support
else.
structure, someone else with a different voice and a different vocabulary
Yes.
to tell you what you know already, that you need to pick yourself up. And that is what my support structure did.
Okay.
But eventually, words are just words. I had to pick myself up.
That's the most. That's a critical part that I really think you are putting across. That people can tell you whatever they want to tell you.
Yes.
Say everything they need to say, but until you say it's my time to actually listen and do these things, nothing's going to change.
Let me give you a controversial example, and I know a lot of the viewers and listeners will disagree with me. When I took over the national team, I told my players, I'm not here to motivate you.
Interesting.
I'm a very good motivator.
Yeah.
I'm a very good speaker.
Yes.
Even if I have to say it myself.
Yeah.
In terms of coaching.
Yes.
I'm not the type of coaches that would leave things. I would go one-on-one with the players, even if it's still 1 in the morning. I'll do that. I will explain and re-explain. That's me. I will give them examples of an animal. I'll bring an animal in so that they can relate. I will bring whatever in. But I will still tell them that is but 10-20% that I can give you. If you don't have your personal motivation, my motivation means nothing. Because at the end of the day, a player must pick himself up.
Sure.
A player must pick himself up. He must motivate himself. Most of the times I tell my players, was I there when you decided you're going to play football?
No.
I was not there. You decided. You were also not there when I became a coach. So you decided. So now we are in this together.
So let's get ourselves out of this. Coach,
We
need to just quickly take a break. We'll be back on the other side of this. This conversation is going to get more interesting as we go along. So keep it locked right here. Now let's move on to South Africa.
Yeah.
And briefly you spoke about that this was supposed to be like a by the way thing.
Yeah.
For you to sort of end up in Europe.
Yes.
But before we get to that part, essay, how was that experience?
Bittersweet.
Why was it
Bittersweet. I was like, it was not my dream destination.
Okay.
I was not a follower of South African football in the first place. When people were talking about Dr. Kumalo and John Shoes of that and Lucas Radebe, I didn't even know about those guys. I had to go and say, oh, this is Dr. Kumalo. Oh, so I was never a follower. I did not even support any team in South Africa.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And for me, it was Europe. My destination was Europe.
Where in Europe, if I may ask, where in Europe did you want to end up?
I was looking at the Mediterranean.
Okay, nice warm
Portugal,
weather. Yeah.
Spain, maybe introduction into, top league of Spain,
Yeah.
but just an introduction, maybe second, third division, get in there, and then you work yourself your way up. Or Belgium or Holland, because I like the football that they played. I was a similar player, a big fan of their style, etc., etc. So that was my destination. And then unfortunately it was not happening.
Yes.
So Here came Santos from Cape Town.
Uh-huh.
They came here. They say, listen, and I had to like, yo, do I really have to settle for this? So I was not like, for me it was like, nah, not Santos.
Yeah.
I think even if Kaiser Chiefs had to come or Pirates,
Yeah.
I would be like, yeah, nah, not Kaiser Chiefs.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in Europe.
So you were not even concerned about
was
how
not
big the team was locally.
Bruh, when I got to Santos,
Yes.
that was 97.
Yes.
I did not know anything about South African football. I was never a follower. For me, it was Europe. It was never in my vocabulary. If we are training as boys and people talk about, hey, did you see what Sundowns did, that player, what? I was like, yo, I need to catch up here. I need to get, because South African football was just not my thing.
Okay, now I want to bring you back to Namibia.
Yeah.
1998,
Yeah.
2019. Those are two very distinct years. And I think I can see the smile on your face. 98,
Yeah.
you're a player. You guys qualify for the AFCON. 2019, you're a coach.
For the first time.
For the first time.
Yeah.
You are a coach. You qualify for the AFCON.
For the first time.
Which
As
is
a
a better?
coach.
Which is a better experience?
The player experience.
Why the play? Why
No,
the play?
you just have so much freedom as a player.
Yeah.
You can just blame everything on the coach.
Okay.
If people ask what happened, you say, ask the coach.
Yeah.
You just go there and
Yeah.
be like, wow, I'm part of history, the first team.
Yes.
Yo, and all these players around me, because I had like even idols within the team that
Yes.
I felt like, yo, these boys they are blessed.
Uh-huh.
They're far better than me.
Yes.
But I was just blessed to be with them. So for me, it was like, yo, I'm just gonna enjoy myself. I'm just gonna have fun, and hopefully that Europe dream can still be alive.
Because this
Yeah,
is part and
but
parcel.
with the 2019 thing, the coaching thing, you have so much more responsibility. Now it's
pressure is
more,
on you.
it's more strategic.
Yes.
It's more about doing better than what was done before.
Yes.
It was more about not having an average time at AFCON or
Yeah.
anything. So all that pressure is on you to say that you as a coach, you need to really put your foot down and achieve. So it was, I think, the playing one, being the first, that is just awesome. It was just an awesome experience.
When we get back, I want to find out from you, are you satisfied with your coaching record? But we'll be back on the other side of this.
Yeah. That
Yo.
is-
Interesting. It is exactly 23 minutes before we get to 9. We're signing out at 9, and we've got Coach Ricardo Mannetti in the studio. And before we went for a musical break, I was asking you, looking at your record, are you
Yeah.
satisfied?
Very satisfied.
Are you?
I count myself very fortunate. There is-
Why would you say
because
that?
look, if you talk about records, you have to compare yourself with the previous coaches.
Yes.
But then also you need to look at the circumstances before you compare.
Okay.
What I mean by that is you cannot have a complete team and compare yourself with someone that was building a team.
Ah, okay. Understandable.
All right. So my direct link was our team, was our very own 98.
And talking about, let's get into this, because
Yeah.
there's always a huge comparison between the
Yeah.
98 team and the 2019 team.
Yeah.
Which is a better team?
Look, I stole most of the things that we were doing.
Yeah.
I copy and paste
Yes.
some of the things, the vision.
Yes.
Because Ubayan and Resta Mukhane used to tell us that, look, this thing we're not gonna build Rome in a day.
Yes.
We need to build a team with 2-3 good positions, etc., etc. And when we took over, Coach Kanyuka was actually the brilliant thinker and the guy behind this whole thing.
Yes.
He started this thing. So I was his assistant. So Coach Kanyuka said, listen, the time has come for us to promote our under 20 players. I was like, bruh, will you explain that to the fans?
Yes.
That you must take a 18, 19-year-old Petra Shitembi that no one knows about. And you want to replace, you want to take out a skillful player that's a darling of the Namibian fans and replace him with a no-name, Shitembi. He said, yes. I'm like, okay, let's see how this is going to turn out.
Yeah.
But eventually, so that was his brainchild.
Yes.
Fine, a year, 2 years after that, he resigned. And eventually the job came to me. because I also turned down the job after him.
Are you serious?
I turned it down, bro. I was not ready.
Come, this is an opportunity.
I was 37 years old, and in coaching, that's very young. Coaching a national team.
Yeah.
My plan was for Kanyuka to stay another 2 years. When he's out, another coach to come, another 2 years, and then in my 40s, I would take over this team.
So are you saying you're not ready to coach the team when you...
I was not ready at that time to coach the team. It was a little bit too soon. It was a year, 2 years too soon for me to take over. But the circumstances, unfortunately, the coach that came, Roger Pambrin, the guy from Sweden, he only stayed a month. And I had to take over as the assistant. Because there were 2 days, the guy resigned or he left the country, and that was on a Saturday. The Tuesday we played the African champions, which is Nigeria. How do you get a coach in? The assistant must take over. That's obvious. And here I am.
Looking back, would you have done it differently?
Yes.
So you would have still...
I would have avoided this job.
That's an interesting one coming from...
People don't believe it because most of the coaches, that's what they live for.
Yeah.
This is the dream job.
Yes.
And this guy turned it down. I turned it down.
Sure.
And the guy lasted a month. He left. Boom, here comes this job. Nigeria, African. They just won in February. They won the Nations Cup.
And they're coming
and here come, and the previous records were 4-0, 4-1, 5-2. We were never going to beat Nigeria.
Exactly.
And here I had to go in front of my home fans, a rookie coach, a new guy, youngster.
Takes you back to 1991.
It takes me back to 1991. And those deja vu things came back and say, brah, you're not going to mess this one up. You're not going to mess it up.
Yeah.
But 91 made me stronger. So here I was saying that, okay, let me take this bull on.
Yeah.
Bull by the horns, let's see. Here's another deep sea situation for me to swim. But this one I'm not going to drown. But I was shivering. Yeah. So the 98 team and the 2019, let me explain.
Yes.
The 98 team had people, let me explain it to you like this. I will use a girl.
Okay.
But please, listeners,
Yeah.
allow me to explain this to you.
Okay.
Your very first experience in love,
yes,
is always the experience that it's not maybe the best, but it's the one that will last.
The most memorable one.
It's the most memorable one. It's the one that it was innocent.
Yeah.
This what do you call it? Puppy love.
Yes.
It was so innocent.
Yeah.
You did not even know. You did not have a clue of what's happening.
Yeah.
But for you, it was so an enormous, gigantic, colossal. If I can use all those
big words.
Big words.
Yeah.
It was that feeling for you.
Yeah.
And that was 98. Because remember, we were
the first team.
We just got independent in 1990, and finally 97, we coming of age. Now we played South Africa, and that made that team special. So that team, that South Africa game, the 2 South Africa games, when we beat them, that just gave us platinum status.
Like anything goes.
Yeah. So now I will talk in they.
Yes.
Because I'm part of this 2019 thing as well.
Yeah.
So they set that bar, but the bar was set in a special way, in a memorable way.
I get you.
It was just special. People,
like it's a moment in time that you
even
cannot remember.
we qualified for AFCON, but people will tell you it was never the same.
Yeah.
And then you ask them, why is it never the same? No, it was just never the same.
Yeah.
Because it was done before.
Yes.
There was that special connotation to that feeling. For the first time that we ran down the streets when we qualified, we went crazy.
I recall.
So now, you have recalled that. So now here we qualified 2008. It's not going to be the same. Even in terms of the squads.
Yes.
It's going to be, we've done it before, but And here comes 2019. We've done it before, but
So the expectations are no longer about the qualifying.
But the special thing about this team, I always make this example with the captain. If you take this captain, Ronald Keshere, the former captain, he has retired now from international football. Everything he has achieved, no captain before him has achieved that. So now, when you look at statistics, it's a different story. If you become emotional, it's a different story. Emotions and special, that's always that feeling with 98.
But when it comes to the stats,
when it comes to the stats, no, we have not. We haven't won COSAFA. We lost in the final, I think twice.
Yes.
This team won it. They won the plate, and even the fork and the knife and the spoon. they were gonna win if there was any. They qualified for Chan. Never. Okay, Chan was not. I think our years. It came after us.
Yeah.
Never been done before.
Yeah.
They qualified for Chan.
So
And the very same squad qualified then for AFCON. So in terms of statistics, this team has achieved what no other team has achieved.
When we get back
collectively now,
I want to find out from you, having stated all the things that you just stated, should you not have still been the coach of the Brave Warriors? We'll be back on the other side of this to get his answer. You told us about the stats. The stats speak for themselves. Like they say, facts don't lie. But as we currently stand, the facts and the reality is two different things. Do you think with what you achieved, you should then still be the Brave Warriors coach?
No. No.
Why is that?
Continuity. Let's start with that word.
Okay.
Continuity does not depend on an individual. And in this case, I'm the individual. So people linked these stats to me because I was in charge of this team. But the way we built this team, together with my assistant coaches, together with the rest of the technical team, the way we built this team, let me explain to you. It's almost like someone told me the other day. It's like when we started, there was a gravel road. And as we progressed, we also tarred that road. So continuity is about following what was done on that road to continue. So I don't need to be there for this big dream or for whatever we have built to continue.
Okay.
And currently you can see that there's
continuity.
There's continuity. It's a different coach. There's continuity. He will add 2-3 things on top of that. He will change maybe the formation. He will add maybe 2-3 things there.
But how do you feel when you see that taking place? I mean, it's because it's still
I get goosebumps. I get goosebumps because I'm looking when the team plays. I take out a play and I said, let me make an example. I take Larry Horai, or I take a Dynamo Fredericks, and I ask myself, or Pieter Shitembi with the first team. Pieter Shitembi, Peter Shalulile, Hendrik Somai. These boys, I coach them at under 20 level. So for me to watch them 10 years later, sitting outside and actually see, I say, wow, I was part of this.
I understand.
I was part of this.
Yes.
I am very fortunate to have been part of that process, of that growth, that you can now see where Shitembi is, where Shalulile is, where
become
Chris
famous.
Is. They next level, where Virgil Fries, Max, Edward Mauva, and the sleepless nights these boys gave me.
Yes. We will not talk about that.
We'll not talk about that.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there and I'm watching this match and I'm like, yeah, bruh. And all I want to see, and I also want to congratulate the coaches that are in charge now, that you can see they did not change and say all 20 out, new 20 in. And that's why we could now qualify for Chan, because those players have experience, they've been tested, they know. They've been to Chan, the competition proper, so they know what to give. And that for me is satisfying.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
A coach currently listening, what advice would you give them?
Not all of us can coach a national team.
That's it.
Don't try to say that if Mannetti could do it, I can also do it. No, that bucket or that opportunity, it might miss you.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of coaches. So who's going to get it and who won't?
Fair enough.
Yeah. So if you count, there's about, I'm just making an example, there's about 1,000 coaches. Are they good enough, all of them, to coach the national team? Probably yes.
Okay.
Because I just told you off air, I don't think I was the best coach. There were things that I was still learning about. There were things that I did not know about. And along the way, I figured it and said, aha, now I know.
I get you.
You get my point. I learned from club coaches while I was busy coaching the national team. I would not go there, criticize what they were doing. I was like, okay, such and such is negative, I don't like that. But what is a positive that this coach just did? Say, wow, so I can use that. So never stop learning.
Okay.
That's the second point. So firstly, don't stress yourself into becoming a national coach. We are all part of this process. We're all part of continuity. Most of the coaches, yeah, in your in your time frame,
Yes.
there can only be, I was coaching now 6 years.
Sure.
Some coaches started and retired in my period. There are coaches that were before me, they did not get a chance. They might never get a chance.
True.
There are coaches that got their chance now, and now the others will have to wait. But in that process, you have to take yourself a little bit out of the situation and look into what can I do for my country? And the best thing you can do. So maybe you're sitting in Opuwo,
Yes.
or Karasburg or Luderitz, or you're sitting somewhere in Sesfontein, and you coaching a specific player or team, you are adding value. We just need one player of you. We need one Peter Shalulile.
Yeah.
And then you can become the guy in your area. Like,
Yes.
I made him.
Yes.
And that is priceless for me. To know that these coaches should work on the individual players. Yes, it's nice, the glamour.
Yeah.
But trust me, that glamour is only nice in the beginning. It's a honeymoon phase. After that, it's stress.
True.
Look at me, I've got grey hair all over.
I can see that. Now,
So don't be so in a rush to want to coach a national team. Yes, it's your dream, it's a dream job.
Yes.
But add value to your national team. Isn't it priceless to sit, you're coaching someone in Grootfontein, and then when you switch on the TV after 5 years, you see 2 or 3 players from Grootfontein in the national team. That for me is priceless.
Now, I'm going to mention 3 names. Tell
Yeah.
me, what is the thing that comes to your head when these names are mentioned? Russell Mokhane.
Russell Mokhane, father,
When you talk about Colin Benjamin.
legend. Colin, actually, I'm so jealous. Let me tell him now. He's maybe not even listening, but I was so jealous of Colin.
Yeah.
Because a guy like Colin was so disciplined, he was so respectful, and I just thought that Colin would never make it.
Yeah.
We played together at service. He was younger than me, I was his senior, and I had this dream of going to Europe. And here comes Colin, and Colin made it. I was like, that was supposed to be me, but in a good way.
No, I get you.
In a good way. That was supposed to be me, and I was so happy for Colin that he made it. It was like, yo, no, that dream is still alive, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna work. Colin made it.
Yeah, I can make it.
Yeah, I can make it. I'm gonna push.
Then the last
It
name,
didn't happen,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Ricardo Mannetti.
Sure. I didn't see that one coming. I didn't see that one coming. But if I have to take myself out of it, I would say, I think, no, I don't have a word for Ricardo Mannetti. I think there are so many opinions about Ricardo Mannetti. Some people think I'm a gentleman. Others think I have no manners. Others think I'm better than who. Others think that, what's the fuss about this guy? So there's so many facets around this name. But I think one that would really stand out is someone that gave people belief.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Coach, thank you so much. Hope to have you again here another day so we can carry on this journey, but it's been a good one.
Thank you so much.
From my side, catch me next week Saturday, Kelly Rowland featuring Little Wayne with Ice. Take care. Sure. That was intense.
Yeah, this was awesome.